was having an argument with someone under another video regarding the idea that traffic courts are not courts of record, that there are no courts of record. Everything is under a corporation, so everything is fake. There is no government structure really in place. And although I agree with that basically, I mean, it is a fact. It's not hard to establish that that's a fact. That still doesn't mean that they're still required to adhere to the appearance of performing lawful due process. I was having an argument. The person debating me was saying that a record is useless because these aren't, quote, courts of record, and therefore building up an evidence file to win your case is a useless waste of time, is futile. And this just is not the case at all. The record is everything. I know this for certain based on loads of personal experience and watching other parties deal with this. And most importantly, watching how the court clerk, in collusion with the judge, will do everything that they can to manipulate the record. They will go to great lengths to not only prevent your paperwork from being entered onto the record, but depending on whether you're getting an audio recording or a stenography, excuse me, a stenographer's record, they will alter it if they're given the opportunity to. And this is another thing that they seem to be able to do with complete immunity and zero liability. And folks, really think about that. If they're able to manipulate the record as they see fit, are you being afforded due process at all? Isn't that creating a blatant bias in favor of the state, which is represented by the prosecution? Think about how easily you could blow some... If you went public with information like that, you could blow open the traffic fraud in a second. And it's not hard to do. That's why keeping a record is as important as it is. It will build your case, and the fact of the matter is, if you're going to take the statute route and go through the court process and then take it to appeals, because remember, the lower court, if they don't like you, can always find you guilty and have nothing to worry about. They have no liability, they're immune. They take it to appeal to use up more public funds, to pay more judges in their jobs, helping them earn more wages. That's their whole game. But back to what I was saying, if you take it to the higher court has got to make sure that the appearance of due process is intact. Okay? They have to. Trust me, they have to. I've witnessed it. I've watched a record being preserved properly and evidence entered properly at all times, never objecting to things, but instead it's not that you would object to something, it's that you would say you do not consent, okay? That's how you handle not being silent. Remember, those of you who are newbies out there, you can never remain silent. That equates to agreement in the eyes of the law, the legal process. So what you do is you build the record based on your evidence file, based on submitting affidavits asserting what you have not, who you are, and or what you have not seen proof of from the side of the prosecution. You do not consent to anything that they're doing, and then you take that to appeal if you're going to take the statutized route to your remedy. They will honor it. I've watched it over and over and over again because they have to. If they did not, it would be a complete breakdown of anything even resembling government. They can't do that. They have to maintain the appearance or we have chaos. Okay? Yes, it is correct that there are perhaps no court of records or whatever you want to call them, Article 3, constitutional courts, etc. But they still have to adhere to the process through this administrative procedure that they do. So, more on this in other videos.